Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. The devil honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of this video is Ezekiel's Will. And ultimately, Nero 47 has stated that he wanted to release the documents of UFOs to the world. Right. And we believe that basically they're going to try to do something, regarding a false flag event, regarding these so-called UFOs, which they don't control. And mind you, what they call UFOs or unidentified flying objects, whatever they want to call it, these are the chariots of Yahweh Bashar Shah. There's no such thing as aliens or different species. These are not mentioned in the scriptures. All right, and so yeah, it's not mentioned in scriptures, and these things don't exist. The things that you see flying in the sky and you don't know what it is, these are the actual chariots of Yahweh Bashar Shah. All right. You can check my page. You can type in Ezekiel's will, Ezekiel 1. Right, you can find these breakdowns, going into that, and also the many other brothers' videos. You can check it out. But ultimately, I came across this video that I want to check out. We'll just play a little bit of it, because the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right. And you can't say that the prophets have not, told you everything, right? The Apostle Paul said, I have not, roughly paraphrasing, he basically showed you, he said, I have not shown to declare you, all things. I'll grab it real quick. All things. Sean, okay, Acts 20 and 27. I thought it was Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul, Acts 20, 27. Let's see. Yeah. Acts 20 and 27. Me get it from I'll get it from this is Acts 20 and 22. It says, and now behold, I go bound in the spirit unto Jerusalem, not knowing the things that shall befall me there, save that the Holy Spirit witness in every city, saying that bonds and afflictions abide me. But none of these things move me. Neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy in the ministry which I have received of the Lord Yahweh Shai to testify the gospel of the grace of Yahweh. And now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of Yahweh Slakia says, and now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of Yahweh Shai shall see my face no more. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh Shai. Right, so once again, you can't say that the men of the Lord have not told you all things, right? Where the scriptures say, feed my sheep. And that's exactly what we do. We don't hold back. We let you know, even down to the things that you don't want to hear regarding grape and everything else. So shun to draw back, let down, lower to withdraw, right? To conceal, right? We didn't conceal nothing. We told you everything. It's all there, right? And going back to what I was saying, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So this devil is going to try to be, doing something regarding this event. We'll get into it. Ultimately, a lot has to take place. I'll just grab it first. So we still have to deal with, famine, great death, the MOTB, right? World War III, nuclear being shot, right? Jacob's trouble, and all of that. So if they did do some false event, that is not where it's not a chariots, right? So basically don't Yahushua is here, because a false prophet can spin it how you want to spin it, lead people to a detention camp or something. Matthew 24 and 29, it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Talking about nuclear missiles falling down. All right. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Now, these are the actual chariots that Yahweh Shai is going to be coming with. Right, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds from one end of heaven to the other. So, like I was saying, these false prophets, knowing that they took the bag and they out here with all these different breakdowns, you know, if Esau come with this thing, they make him spin it, however they want to spin it, saying, yeah, I wish I was here, let's go over here, wherever the case may be. And we're telling you, don't do it, don't go. This is Luke uh 17 and 22. It said, and he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. And they shall say to you, see here or see there, go not after them, nor follow them. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. So you're gonna know when Yahweh Shai is here, right? And the scriptures say that if it were possible, they will see the very elect, but it's not possible. And we're warning you that these devils, are going to do these different things, and maybe these agents might tell you, hey, look, hey, Yahweh Shai is here. That's not the case. So we're still waiting on prophecy to come to pass. All right, it says, but first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Right, and that's exactly what's happening right now. The situation over there in Mexico, and people complain about not getting a flight to leave. The whole world is burning, about to get ready for war, and they're just complaining about shit like that, basically, when they could get blown, the plane could get shot out of the sky. They already, first of all, the cartels captured like a whole airport and captured people and shut it down, and they're complaining about them not being able to get on the plane and leave. Meanwhile, people dying. I heard, they got tanks, helicopters. They're heavily armed. All right, I heard people getting burned up with flamethrowers and things. And the people is, just like, yo, I can't even leave. All right, and I was thinking about this too. You had attacks on J.D. Vance residents. You had a recent attack on. So I gotta look more into it. I came across an article. Armed gunman killed and shot and killed Mar-a-Lago. And I haven't seen any news on it, or anything like that, or anybody talking about it. These people are in gross darkness, not mindful of the scourges, right? Just la 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 la. They say, well, it's Donald Trump, so we just gotta wait on the next president. So Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Noah was like, oh, check it out, bro. Yahweh, told me that it's gonna rain and it's gonna be a flood, and we need to get prepared and get ready. He laughing it off, scoffing, whatever the case may be, went about their day. And the prophets now are saying the same thing, like all hell is about to break loose. And once that first drop comes, don't come over here next to me, bro. Don't come over here next to me. All right. It says, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Just like that. It says, likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, and it says 1 hour. So when that time comes, hey, look, it's over. It's over. It says in that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. And she looked back. She looked back and she turned to a pillar of salt. says, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, right? And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed, the one shall be taken and the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken and the other left. Right, so they're in the same area, or whatever the case is. Two men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. All right, when you get this situation right here. Okay. Says that night, two people will be asleep in one bed, one be taken and the other left. We know, man lying with mankind is abomination. All right, so that's not what we're talking about. Small bed, couch, you know, like I said, the same area. You get the point. It says, two men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where? Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Because birds circle the dead body. All right. So you say, all right, so NLT says, where will this happen, right? Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. The disciples asked, Yahushai replied, just as the gathering of vultures shows there's a carcass nearby, which is dead body. So these signs indicate that the end is near. Yeah, and the signs, the tokens, the different things happening upon the earth right now is the signs that there's no these things are near. And the prophets are warning, you know, about these things. Now I'm gonna grab this video and pretty much play like 6 minutes of it, and that'll be that. This is Zechariah 5 and verse 1. It says the flying scroll. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth. Right. So these devils know exactly what they're calling unidentified, just like they know who the Israelites are, but they're pretending like it's the fake JWOs over in the land of Israel. All right, so that's what they do is lie. They keep coming out, but they're still killing the destroy. And he was either, what is the scripture? Roughly paraphrasing, he's been a liar from the beginning. All right, I believe. Let me make sure, because I know one talks about murder. Right, it's John 8:44. This is John 8:44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, the lusts of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right, and the scriptures also say the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray speaking lies as soon as they be born. All right. So this devil knows exactly about what he called unidentified objects. Now he's calling them uh what is he calling them? Air phenomenon, UFO or UAP. So he's still calling it unidentified, but he knows exactly what it is. All right, it's the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's a curse for this devil. Zechariah 5:3. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that swerves shall be cut off as on that side according to it. All right, now the chariots are a curse for this devil, and it's coming ultimately to do damage. Right, that's why Yahushua is going to come with many chariots, pursuant to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. All right, shoot fire from the chariots. It says NLT, then he said unto me, this scroll contains a curse that is going out over the entire land. One side of the scroll says that those who steal will be banished from the land, and the other side says that those who swear falsely will be banished from the land. All right, and that's the wicked. All right. All right, so let me get this video. Like I said, I'm gonna play 6 minutes of it. And you can check the video out for yourself too.
So the alien situation just got way crazier and pretty fast. This was posted just a few hours ago, and it seems that we're gonna have the alien files released. This is official. We had the E-files, and now we're gonna have the alien files. And on top of that, we've been having a crazy amount of sightings. People are not just seeing drones anymore. These things are different.
Mano, para ninguém me chamar de maluco. Mano, que é isso, velho? Pues está yendo para acá, se mueve para allá, ¿no? Te lo juro, pensaba que yo era, ¿sabes qué? Un avión de esos aviones.
Deja escuchar. ¿Alguien sabe qué mierda es eso?
Suena horrible ya, qué feo.
Look what I can see in the sky right now. What the f is that?
But wait, there's more. About a week ago, El Paso airspace in Texas was shut down with a 10-day flight restriction. And just a few hours after this happened, this page posted a video of what's supposed to be the object that closed down the airport.
Actually, I had to pull to the side of the road, see if I could get a good shot of this. You can barely see it, looks like a dot here, but it's actually huge. There was stuff coming out from the bottom of it.
Now, this is just a theory for now. There's nothing official, but it could just be that we're seeing a similar situation to the New Jersey drones all over again.
And we know that these devils are going to do something, right? So you have the chariots out there, but they might try to throw some, Project Blue Beam. One time I was driving and the whole sky lit up green in front of me. I got a camera on my truck or whatever. I tried to save the video, but when I went back to go get the video that I saved, it wasn't there. But that's the type of technology that they have. You go to the basketball games, they got the whole court doing all this crazy, enchantment type situations down there. Yeah, that's the type of technology that they have, and they can project things. However they do it, that's what we seen when they showed it to us. That they could have got so much further advanced. All right, so they will probably try to throw some stuff out there that will be man-made, basically, to trick you to believe in something. All right, so if they are planning a false flag, a false flag, then they have this type of equipment to do these type of things. So when you're watching these videos, know that some of these are definitely chariots. Also other things. They mix it in there too, have it go viral. That's like you see how Israel bought up TikTok and they pay people $1,000 per post and things like that. That's how they operate. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So they throw these things out there and tell a group of people, hey, go out here, we're going to have something, like the 9/11 event, the dancing JOOs on the roof. Go out here, we're going to have an event, make sure you record it, and it's going to go viral, whatever the case may be. That's how they operate.
And digging a bit deeper, I found out that not too far away from Texas, people are now seeing mysterious objects flying in the sky, just like this one.
Look at this shit. And the good thing about this too, I just was saying it. I was like, yeah, come on with it, Esau. I can't wait to see, what the hell you got. So I know, when I see it. And we've been seeing a lot of chariots, and we'll see, which one was because when you see the chariot, they don't move like normal vehicles. First of all, they do things that Esau can't do. So all right. Now look at this shit right here. It's like one of those, the first shuttle that they say went to the moon that's in the museum right now because they lost the technology. Yeah, okay.
People are using AI detectors to check it out, and they're saying it's real. We're also going to be looking into that, but the question here is, what if it is real? And what if these things are already walking amongst us?
Yo, so this is kind of crazy. I'm at my girlfriend's house, and last night I saw these footsteps in her yard. These were human footsteps, and then you turn this way, human footstep with claws. It's just kind of crazy,
And it's like, look at this dude. So you got the speculation of things happening, and people are going to capitalize on it. Especially Esau, he's an opportunist. Right? This man, he doesn't got an original cell in his body. All right, he stole everything, and he tried to he opportune everything basically. So you got people posting up videos with animal tracks, trying to make something of it, and people, with all that's going on is they were like, oh shit, maybe, because they don't know gross darkness the people, as the scriptures say, so but they do know that they see the chariots, right? I remember they had the apparitions over there down in Miami. The whole mall had to get shut down, you know. So different things are happening where the people like this dude right here are able to just point at some squirrel tracks and be like, look, alien footprint, and people look into it.
Animal footprint to animal to bigger animal to like normal footsteps.
About 2 weeks ago, Corey Reed recorded this video. We're going to be checking it out. They believe to have captured evidence of a skinwalker or even possibly an alien. Now, I'm guessing that this is just a rabbit or some sort of misunderstanding. But what if it isn't? Where exactly are these things coming from?
You see, and the reason why I can say what I just said is because we know what the UFOs are. We know what they are. We know about the apparitions too, but we understand that the inside those chariots are the angels of Yahweh Bashman Shah. All right.
Repeated sightings of anomalous phenomenon taken place around Catalina Island.
Up until last year, it was a theory that these things might be stationed underwater, and there's a number of officials and experts now openly talking about the possibility of underwater bases.
Una base extraterrestre aquí en Ecuador, frente al balneario de Crucita hay una base dentro del agua.
¿Quién la opera esa base?
Extraterrestres.
But wait, this actually gets crazier.
Piloting these helicopters around the Bahamas, and her and Epstein are island hopping down there. And the most interesting thing that they did is they went to Fidel Castro, asked him for permission to dive on a site off the western end of Cuba.
Digging into the e-files, I found possible evidence.
And he's going to go into that later, but that's like, I might play it actually down here at the bottom. That's like pre-flood or something, that's just down there or something. Pangea, type of situation. Like they have these different structures that's underwater. All right, pyramids. And we know who be building the pyramids. Jake built the pyramids.
That there is a mega structure stationed off of the coast of Cuba. And if this is the case, we actually have a video of what this mega structure could be. Crazy, isn't it? To think that maybe these things were hiding under the ocean all along. And if so, are we talking about aliens from another planet, time travelers, or possibly even remnants from an ancient civilization? The question here is, why exactly are these things showing up all over the world and showing themselves right now? And are we looking at the possibility of the New Jersey drones happening all over again? What exactly are we going to find out with the alien files? Let's try to find out. Let's begin with the basic, and that would be the most recent sightings. So on February 16th, this account posted one of the craziest videos ever, and I'm guessing this was in Brazil.
Mano, pra ninguém me chamar de maluco. Mano, que é isso, velho?
Doesn't look like a balloon.
Ah, não, velho.
It's huge.
Não é possível acontecer comigo isso, mano. Eu vou ser o cara que eu vou contar que eu vi um bagulho esquisito no céu. Ah, não. Olha isso, tá muito longe. iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Yeah, so it looks like it could be maybe a bunch of balloons.
Que isso, mano.
Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. And it looks like it could be maybe a balloon, right? But at the same time, it kind of looks like there's a bunch of stuff coming out of the bottom of it, just like the one that was seen in El Paso the day that the airport was shut down.
So I actually had us pulled to the side of the road, see if I could get a good shot of this. You can barely see it. Looks like a dot here, but it's actually huge. And there was stuff coming out from the bottom of it.
Now get this, on February 16th, the same day this video was recorded in Brazil, Brazil's largest airport was shut down for 3 hours after they spotted 8 drones overhead. A coincidence maybe? Looking at the comments, there are other people saying they saw the same thing in different places, this time in Recife, which is pretty close to the coastline.
Que bobona que é aquilo ali subindo. Agora, ó, céu de chão de estrela.
That's going up, it's not a balloon.
Uma bola subindo, ó.
Then you got this other user posting this video. Would you look at that? Wait a minute, this actually reminds me of this video.
Ya se ve a simple vista 3 y
Mira.
Atlas.
Mira, ahí se nota bien. Es la nave espacial, la 3 Atlas, estoy seguro que se ve.
If this is not AI, and it could be, that's one pretty interesting sighting, and it kind of looks like the same thing this guy caught on camera. Wait a sec, this kind of looks like the same description of Ezekiel's wheel. Yeah, it said that he had a vision and he saw something like this. And it kind of looks like the same thing, but I could be wrong. Let's see what else we can find. So rewind a month ago, and on January...
Okay, there it is. I mean, like I said, you can check this out. You know, go into this. Like I said, you can check all of this out. Just some information, but going to this Ezekiel will, right? These are the chariots of Yahweh by Shemal Rashad. You know, some of these things are, you know, something that Esau probably put together, like the one I showed you in the beginning that looked like a man-made, you know, thing. But the last one regarding Ezekiel will, you know, represents what is written in the scriptures. All right. And once again, we know and understand that if this happens, you know, we're not to, you know, say, oh, Yahweh Shai is here, it's the time, you know, go out, let's, you know, get beamed up and delivered, because we're still waiting on key prophecies in these last days to come and pass. All right, this is I'll just get it from 15. Ezekiel 1 and 15, it says, as I looked at these beings, I saw 4 wheels touching the ground beside them. This is the NLT, 1 wheel belonging to each. So he's seen 4 angels, right? And then it's 4 chariots. It says the wheels sparkled as if made of barley. All 4 wheels looked alike and were made the same. Each wheel had a second wheel turning crosswise within it. The beings could move in any of the 4 directions they face without turning as they move, right? And like I said, you can look up, you know, chariots of Yahweh by Shemal Rashad on my page, right? Chariots of the Lord, Ezekiel's will, right? Ezekiel 1, Zechariah 5, and things like that. And you'll come across the many videos I did, you know, a few videos I did on the subject. You know, even going back to where they had the encounters with the military, they shot missiles at it. You know, they was having court sessions talking about the technology is far above, you know, 1,000 years in the future and things like that. Is what they were saying about the chariots of Yahweh by Shemal Rashad. All right. So these things move crazy fast. They're indestructible. Esau can never catch one, nothing like that. All right. And I mean, you know, he said he went to the moon and he didn't do that. Right, he got a little piece of trash sitting in the museum talking about they lost the technology. Well, the scriptures say knowledge shall increase, right? That was wiser than Daniel. So we know that he don't have the capabilities to go to the moon because knowledge is increasing. He ain't losing nothing. He just never had it. Okay. So yeah. Ezekiel 1 and 16, the wheel sparkled as if made of barley. All 4 wheels looked alike and were made the same. Each wheel had a second wheel turning crosswise within it. The beings can move in any of the 4 directions they face without turning as they move. They turn on a dime, quick. You know, it says the rims of the 4 wheels were tall and frightening, and they were covered with eyes all around. You know, chariots with windows around it. You know, when the living beings moved, the wheels moved with them. When they flew upward, the wheels went too. So the angels are inside these chariots and they're able to control through the spirit the chariots, right? Ain't no steering wheel in there, nothing like that. It says the spirit of the living beings was in the wheel. It's almost like, you know, like if you think about the dude that they have with Neuralink, you know, pretty soon he'll probably be able to drive the car with his mind, you know, but we'll be able to drive the chariots with our spirit, you know, just move them. You know, it says the spirit of the living beings was in the wheels. So wherever the spirit went, the wheels and living beings also went. See, it says when the beings move, the wheels move. When the beings stop, the wheels stop. When the beings flew upward, the wheels rose up. For the spirit of the living beings was in the wheels. All right. And pretty much that's it. But I'll read this. It says, spread out above them was a surface like the sky, glittering like crystal. Beneath this surface was the wings of each living being stretched out to touch the other's wings, and each had 2 wings covering its body. As they flew, their wings sounded to me like waves crashing against the shore, or like the voice of the Almighty, or like the shouting of a mighty army. And when they stopped, they let down their wings. As they stood with wings lowered, a voice spoke from beyond the crystal surface above them. Above this surface was something that looked like a throne made of blue lapis lazuli, right? And on this throne, high above, was a figure whose appearance resembled a man. Lazuli. It's like y'all pronounced that wrong. It says, from what appeared to be his waist up, he looked like gleaming amber, flickering like a fire. And from his waist down, he looked like a burning flame, shining with splendor. All around him was a glowing halo, like a rainbow shining in the clouds on a rainy day. This is what the glory of the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shai looked like to me. When I saw it, I fell face down on the ground and I heard someone's voice speaking to me. All right, so I just wanted to go into that. Like I said, I covered this subject before, but Esau's most likely trying to do something. And like I said, being mindful of the sheep, the flock, body, these false prophets, might, who knows what they might do, especially the days are evil. We're in that time now, right, where they can say anything and do anything, lead you all straight to a detention camp and get chipped up, however they do it. All right, so be mindful, be circumspect, as scripture say, right? Ephesians 5:15, Ephesians 5:15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Right? So Lord willing, you edified and comforted from the lesson, right? Knowing that we're waiting on a few prophecies, and if this devil come with a few tricks, right? We're not to be ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, shalom to the whole elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.